What's up, Earth2? It's Jonah Gabriel, the friendly Earth2 anthropologist, and I am coming at you today with a video all about resource speculation. This is something that I've been thinking about for weeks, and it's taken me some time to formulate my ideas around these things, and I'm really excited to share it all with you today. In addition to resource speculation, we're going to talk about potential transportation in phase 2. We're going to talk about services and sectors, and we're going to talk about sacred sites. In addition to that, I'm going to announce our last week's giveaway winner. And at the end of the video, I will tell you how to enter my next land giveaway, which is this week, I think, one of the more engaging and fun giveaways that I've done yet. So, if that all sounds good, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Turn on your notifications. And I want to give a special shout out to my first two patrons, Matt RIDEOUT and CUMULUSMUSIC. Thank you for supporting me by signing up for a Patreon membership. Special shout out to Matt RIDEOUT, my first super Patreon member. I'm going to put his referral code down below. If you give him love, you're supporting him, and he's supporting me, and I'm supporting all of you by making this content. I love it. Win, win, win. Support him by using his referral code. It's in the description. If you want to join a small group of intimate, like-minded students of the game, treating this game like a scholarly endeavor to maximize profits and have the most amount of fun, join my Anthropologist Inside Scoop Patreon. Link is down below. Now let's get into the video. Resources. What do we know about resources? So far, the developers have told us very little, and so we don't have a whole lot to go on. What have they told us? They have told us that resources are not going to be random. They are going to arrive or be able to be collected or spawn in appropriate biomes. What is a biome? A biome is basically an ecological zone, like a desert or a forest or the plains. These are examples of biomes. And in a little bit, we're going to actually look at some biome maps. We're going to see some awesome tools that some people have been developing. And we're going to look at the map engine that the game itself uses. And we're going to try to get deeper into this idea of how our resource is going to play out in phase 2. Before going forward, I do want to offer the disclaimer that all of this video is speculation. These are my ideas that I've been developing with the assistance of other people. Shout out to Michel Fabry of the Alien Gigastructure. He was the first person who I saw share a biome map in one of the Discord channels. Really helped influence my thinking around this. Also, shout out to the Slayer, who built a responsive biome map that we're going to look at really soon here in the video. And a bunch of other people in discussions and chats and voice calls. We've been talking about this speculation of how resources are going to spawn. So it's speculation, but it's not wild speculation. It is what I like to call intelligent speculation. I encourage all of you to do your own research, come up with your own thoughts and ideas, and follow those threads. And hopefully this video will support and inspire you in that. Let's get into biomes. I'm going to share my screen here. Boop-a-da-boo. Shared the screen. This is the first biome map that Michel Fabry shared on one of the Discourse channels that had me going, ah, yes, because I had been asking the question, how are the developers going to code for different environmental regions? A bunch of people have been going crazy buying mines, gold mines and diamond mines and platinum mines and ore mines. And I'm going to myself, the developers aren't going to go scour 5 trillion tiles across the entire world map and individually code different areas for types of resources that may spawn there. They're going to need some sort of wide sweeping layered map that does that work for them. And so this was the first time that I saw, aha, that work is done. There are biome maps that look at the entire world, and here is an example of one. And this breaks down the Earth into 17 different biomes. That's pretty complex. And like I said, this was just the beginning of my thinking around this. Now along comes the Slayer. And the Slayer creates this Earth2 biome map. This is a responsive map. I'll put the link to this in the descriptions. It's maps.earth2.city. But if you go here, his referral code's right at the top. If you want to give him some love, definitely use his referral code. You will see this other version of a biome map. But this is responsive, and you can click into it. So you open the Earth2 biome map by clicking on that. It's going to give us some little bars there. And then here we are in a map that has all of the biomes on it, and you can search it. So I'm going to search my home city, Santa Barbara, California. And it zooms in on me, so I'm going to zoom out until I see the biome layer. And there. You can see there is a pink biome layer, and I have to click on that pink area. So Santa Barbara's in this pink area, and I click on that pink area, and then I click on this arrow, and it tells me what biome that is. That is a Mediterranean scrub biome. So Santa Barbara, California, I know falls into a Mediterranean scrub biome. What type of resources are going to be available in a Mediterranean scrub biome? I don't know. However, the developers might organize different types of resources in different biomes. And so to get land across the planet in different biomes so that you have a good distribution of the different types of resources that may come in that biome could be a sound strategic choice. So that's how you use this tool. I think that's pretty cool. Shout out to the Slayer again. If you use it, use his referral code. It's on the homepage. But now my thinking, I wanted to move beyond this biome map type of thinking, because that to me required still a lot of work on the part of the developers of taking another layered map, overlaying it onto the map engine that they're using currently, and then sort of auto-coding some sort of biome feature into every tile in the game. And so from there, the next thought was to look at the map engine that they're actually using, Mapbox. And so let's go to this document, and I will also link this document in the description below so that you have access to all of these tools. This is Mapbox Streets, version 7. Mapbox is the map engine that the game uses. So if we look at map engine that the game is already using and look at the type of distinctions that they are already making, we kind of start to see that the clues to the types of resources and where they're going to be may have been in front of us all along on the map view as we're searching the planet in Earth2. Not the satellite view, but the map view. Now I'm going to scroll down. There's a bunch of stuff in here. What I'm most interested in is this section right here around land use. And you'll see in this section that there are classes of land use, and these classes are Aboriginal lands, agriculture, cemetery, glacier, grass, hospital, industrial, park, pitch is like sports fields and courts, rock, sand, school, scrub, and wood. And then there's also waterways and different classes of waterways. Now, when I look at this stuff, and obviously there are some aspects of these land uses that are human-centric, like agriculture and hospital and school and industrial. And we'll talk about that when we talk about services and sectors and sacred sites. For now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to pull out of this list which of this list can be conceptualized as different types of biomes, which are features of the natural world. We know that in phase 2, at the beginning, everything that's human-made is going to be wiped from the map, and it's just going to be like pristine, natural terrain. And so which of these are natural terrain? And I pulled those out, and I've begun making a document here. I've distilled down glaciers, which are ice sheets and snow, grass, which is plains, grasslands, and fields, rock, which is quarries, bare rock, mountains, sand, which is beaches, dunes, and deserts, scrub, which is bushes, scrubs, and chaparral, and woods, which are subtropical and tropical forests. Now, all of these are indicated on the world map in different colors of tiles. You'll notice when you go near the shore, if there's a beach there, the beach is a tan color. You notice if you go to a park, it's a light green. If you go to the woods, it's the darker green. Rock is a color. You can see water also. I believe that there will be resources in water, and obviously we see blue tiles where there is water. My guess here, my intelligent speculation, is that these different tiles will be the places where these different types of resources will spawn. I'm not going to take a guess at what type of resources they're going to include. But what I will say is that if you have a good distribution of these different types of tiles in the game, which represent different types of biomes, you will be more likely to have a good distribution of the various different types of resources that are in the game. That's my guess. And now to take this further beyond resources, if we start to look at services and economic sectors, and we are continuing with the thought of this stuff is already coded into the map on the Mapbox engine. What do we see on the Mapbox engine? We see agricultural zones. We see hospital zones. The hospitals are shaded in a pink. We see industrial zones, parks. We see pitch, sporting grounds. Notice the sporting fields are their own color. Schools are a tan color. So if these types of services and sectors happen in particular areas, it may be that you have to own land of that tile type in order to start the tech tree down the trajectory of hospital and health services, or down the trajectory of school services. It may be that in order to build a school, you have to build a school on a place where school can be built. Same with airports, runways. Notice that the airports and the runways are different colors. It may be that in order to build an airport, you have to build it at an airport. And in order to build a runway, you have to build it on a runway. And this would make sense, right? Because I couldn't imagine them deciding that you would be able to build a runway of an airport on a sporting stadium, or build a hospital on a place where people farm. I think that they are going to want to see at least similar type content in the Earth2 zone as what is in the Earth1 zone. I think that's going to make the most coherence and sense, so that it's just not a total cluster nugget all over the Earth2 space, and it doesn't make sense in the Earth1, Earth2 interface. And it goes further than just services and sectors. It goes into transportation. I've already talked about airports. You'll notice on the map there are blue dotted lines for ferry lines that connect ferry icons to other ferry icons. It may be that the only place that you can build a ferry is where there's a dock and a ferry icon. In fact, I just had a nap, and in that nap I had a dream, and I'm being honest when I say I have been known to have prophetic dreams where I dream things that then come true. And in the dream, I was talking to a woman, and the woman was saying, yes, there will be fairies in Earth-2, and you will be able to create them with a tech tree. And I asked her specifically, will you only be able to create fairies in the place where the fairy icons are? And she said, yes. And then she additionally said that when you build a ferry, you will be able to utilize it for 3 transportation missions, whether that's resources or people. And then that's it for that ferry, and you'll have to restart the process of building a new ferry with more resources. Interesting. This was my dream. Now we're on the wild speculation side of things. It just came through. I figured I'd share it with you. If it ends up being true, then that'll be pretty rad. So we've talked about transportation. We've talked about services and sectors. We've talked about resources. The last thing that I want to mention is that in the map box designation of different types of land classes, it does include Aboriginal lands, cemeteries, and we do see churches as having uniquely shaded colors. And so I'm imagining that it would be a smart move on the part of developers if they maintained these spaces as special sacred places. Why? Well, it's kind of, the reason that I can imagine they might be running into troubles in the Middle East with, Mecca, for example. I don't think that they're going to want someone to be able to go buy Mecca and then develop something there that might be blasphemous or disrespectful. I can imagine that by maintaining cemeteries, the place where we respect our dead, and churches, the places where we pray, Aboriginal lands being the places where we honor and respect the first people of the planet, that these may be places that will be hands off for building. Just a guess, just a speculation, but it would make sense. Now, I want to give away a piece of land from my last video to a lucky winner. Drum roll. Brrr, and the winner is Rick Nunya. Congratulations. You have just won a piece of Class 1 land in Skopje, North Macedonia, as part of the Alpha City Central. Welcome to the city. Congratulations. Hit me up on Discord, and I will give you the link to that piece of land. And so now I will announce what you need to do to enter my next land giveaway. First thing you need to do is use my referral code to purchase a piece of land. When you do that, you support me in making these videos, and I, in turn, support you by making these videos. The second thing you have to do is you have to use the tools that I provided you with in this video, use the biome map, and I want you to figure out what biome does Skopje, North Macedonia, fall within. Skopje is spelled S-K-O-P-J-E, Skopje. Figure out what biome Skopje falls within, and then I want you to DM it to me in Discord. Find me in Discord at Jonah Gabriel. Send me a DM. I don't want to comment. I want a DM in Discord. Once I get that DM from you, I will verify that you did purchase a piece of land with my referral code, and you will be entered into the next giveaway. And the next giveaway is going to be a big one, so you want to enter this one. And that's it. That concludes today's lesson on intelligent resource speculation, as well as speculation in the realms of services and sectors, transportation, and sacred sites. Thank you for tuning in. I can't wait to see you again. Join the Patreon. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on notifications. I love you. Thank you for showing up. Have fun out there. Peace.